Hello everybody, it's Maquito. I hope everybody's having a good day and it's had a good day so far. We have another pretty good slate when it comes to Sunday. Not as big when it comes to Saturday, but still plenty of games to go through. Any of the plays you see on the screen is thanks to the data app called Outlier. I have my link in the description. You get a 7-day free trial, 7 day for free. There's no reason not to use it. It's a great app. I was able to find these plays because of that app where you can, again, find plays. You can use your plays that you have and back them up with stats. And it backs it up with stuff like home, away, with or without certain players, minutes played, matchup wise, stuff like that, where they touch the ball in the box, whether they don't touch the ball in the box, forward passes, all that. Not just for soccer, but for all sports. NBA's about to start, NFL as well. So any of the apps, any of the sports, you can use that. So thank you, Outlier, for that as well. And if I have any added plays, as always, they will be in the pinned comment either later tonight, but more than likely, like I did today, it will be about an hour to 30 minutes before certain game starts. That way I can see where certain players are going to play. That some players might not be playing, so it gives an opportunity for other players, and the lines might not adjust that as well. They might not see it. So any plays that, if I have any added ones, they will be in the pinned comments, so keep an eye out for those. Not guaranteed that I will have more plays. It's just if I do have any, they will be there. Besides, I do have work all day tomorrow, so I might not have any, but again, if I do, they will be there. But I'll get straight into the plays, and the first play that I found that I like is Consa to go under 57.5 passes, playing away from home for Aston Villa, going up against Tottenham. While he has gone over in 5 or 6 games, I know Outliers shows 4 or 5. There's one game that is missing for some reason, which is the Everton game. They have gone over in 5. He has gone over in 5 or 6 games, but you got to take a look at the matchups. He went over against Burnley, who allowed the most passes so far. Fulham, who's allowed the 9th most so far. Sunderland, the 5th most. Palace, the 4th most, and Everton is known to be a low position team, so he's played against these matchups that has gave him those passes. Now he has a tough matchup here against Tottenham, who on average have allowed the 5th least passes to opponents so far this season. Tottenham is known to be a possession-based team, and I expect around the same thing to happen here. It might be close to 50-50. It could be more towards Tottenham, but they are a team that don't allow passes to opponents. And even in games last season overall, he went under in 68% of games last season, 23 out of 34. In 3 of those games that he went over, he barely went over as well. He's not a playmaking center back that plays long balls and is trying to find his teammates. He's just a center back that likes to play those short passes and just pass it around, and then his teammates are the ones that does all the offense. And even in his away games, he went under in 72% of games last season. That's even higher than overall. 13 out of 18 games he went under in. And if you look at the games that he went over against Ipswich Town, Wolves, Palace, Southampton, and Everton. 2 of those teams are no longer in the league, and it's for a reason. All of those teams are low possession teams, so those are the games he went over. And according to Outlier, he's gone under this mark in the last 13 out of 15 games against top 10 teams for passes conceded. So he consistently stays under. If you look at the screen, the games in which he's gone over or under, he consistently goes under. It's not like they're close. He's around those 30 passes range, maybe 40s at 57.5. It's a good play. I feel like it is a bait play. So, like, if you look at his last 5, he went way over. But, again, he has a tough matchup here, and I like the line. So, I like Consa to go under 57.5 passes. And the next play that I found that I like is Rolando Mandraora to go under 2 tackles away from home for Fiorentina, going up against AC Milan. He is a good line, and just overall, he's a player that consistently goes under this line. So far this season, he's only gone under 3 in 3 out of 6, and has gone over in 3 straight. But, again, that's another game. We have to look at the matchups. He went in those 3 games that he's gone over straight. He went over against Roma, who allowed the 5th most tackles. Pisa, who allowed the 3rd most tackles, and Como allowed the most tackles. So again, they're playing the games he went over against 3 teams that allow a lot of tackles, and now he's playing AC Milan, who on average have allowed the 2nd least tackles to opponents. So again, now he has a tough matchup here, and it's a good matchup for us. He went under with 1 against them last season, and he played the full game. He played 88 minutes, and he tends to do this against bottom teams. He went under against them last season, and according to Outlier, he's gone under this mark in 5 straight games against bottom teams for tackles allowed. He's not an aggressive player, which is what I like about him. And even if you don't count just those bottom teams, like according to Outlier, and just look at his games overall, There were some games where he came off the bench, so I filtered the games out in which he played at least one half, aka started the game. But even overall last season, he went under 2, so just didn't go over this mark in 20 of 22 games last season. That's a 91% hit rate, and out of all those games, he only went over twice. And in those games that he's played, he's got subbed out in 12 of 22 games. So over 50% of the games that he's played, he has got subbed out in, including the ones this season. So that's even better for us. And at 2 tackles, I feel like it's too high of a line. I don't see him getting 3. He could possibly push with 2, but he has good history against them. Good matchup, and he's not an aggressive player, so I like this play. Rolando Mondragora to under 2 tackles. And the last play that I found that I like is Benjamin Andre to go higher than 54.5 passes away from home for Lille going up against Nantes. This is another play that doesn't look good if you just look at the game so far this season, because he's gone under in 4 or 5 games so far. But 3 of those misses were against top 10 teams for pass allowed. There's a reason why the line is still here. You could call it another bait play if you want to where they want you to take the under, but he has a good matchup. Even overall last season, he went over in 70% of games last season. 21 out of 30 games in which he played last season, he went over. He is their captain, and he's a good passer, and he's a player who they look to when they get the ball back to control the play or pass between the defenders. But he's a consistent player for them that plays a lot of minutes. He's played full minutes in all 5 games this season, so he's played the full game, and he played the full game last season in 29 out of 30 games. So all but 1 game, he played the full game, and even then, the 1 game in which he didn't play the whole game, he got subbed out after 83 minutes played. So it's not like he missed much of the game. He has good history against them, going over in both games against them with 100 passes and 90 passes. He went way over this mark in both games against them last season, and at 54.5, I like this line. Nantes is not a possession-based team. They can hold the ball, but they don't base their play around holding possession of the ball, which is what I like. And when they play these teams that do, they tend to give the possession to those teams. They tend to hold possession against lower teams, but not against these big teams like Lille. They're not an aggressive team. Also, Nantes have fouled on average the 5th least to opponents, so it's not like they're going to be pushing him hard to get the ball back. And according to Outlier, he's gone over this play in the last 7 of 9 games against bottom 10 teams for pass allowed. Again, it's who they look to make these passes, hence why he goes over this line, hence why he went over against them in both games last season. I just feel like he's had tough matchups so far this season, and it's a good play and a good line for him to go over, so I like it. Benjamin Andre to go higher than 54.5 passes. Before I get into my money line plays, as always, I really appreciate if everybody took a second to like the video and comment as well. It's a great way to support the channel, as always, whether it's just showing your support or asking questions. I'm more than happy to answer them, because I know a lot of y'all that watch these videos don't watch soccer, but just make them because I'm the one posting them. Hence, for example, passes, those pass play, it's not even just passes that they have to complete, it's just passes overall. So just stuff like that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, turn on notifications so you're notified when these videos go out, because especially with these passing attempts play, they do tend to get bumped, so you want to try to get them as soon as you can. And if you're not in the Discord, go ahead and join that as well. It is completely free. It is not a premium. I do not hide any plays. You can get all my plays on this YouTube video and in the pinned comment. It's just for those that also want to get notified when the video goes out. And it's also a great Discord where people post their own plays. You can take a look at those plays. There's a lot of knowledgeable people there as well, or you can post your plays, get input on all sports. People talk during the games as well. Just a great community. Link for that in the description. The only form of premium that I have, I guess you can say, is my YouTube membership, which is linked as well, or there's a join button and there's a subscribe button, which again, it's just for those that want to support the channel a little more and get the content out earlier. So you can still get the videos and all the plays for free, but you get the content out earlier. So if you're not a member, those that are already got this video and these plays before everybody else. So if you're interested in that, link for that in the description. I mentioned Outlier as well earlier, so thank you to anybody and everybody who supports me in any way. But we hit day 1 of the ladder challenge, so we're on to day 2. I got this play for plus money for plus 108 in the Spain La Liga, and that's both teams to score in the Elche game and Bilbao game. When it comes to Elche, I've taken them like 3-4 times so far this season. They've came through every time. They've gone over in all 8 games so far, and that has mainly contributed to their good start so far this season, with only 1 loss, 3 wins, and 4 draws. Even last game when I took them, they were able to come through. They couldn't score. They got a red card and were a man down after 79 minutes, and still were able to score towards the end of the game. So they're not gonna stop attacking even if they're down. So that's what I like about them. They place 2 strikers. I mention them every time, in Mir and Silva, who have played well. 7 of their 11 goals that they have scored so far, they have been contributing to that, and they're clinical. They've converted 36% of shots on target so far, so they will get those chances and Bilbao have not done well this season. On both ends, really. Defensive wise, they have conceded 9 of 10 games in all competitions and all 4 away games that they've played so far. So defensively, they've been leaky. They've conceded in all 4 away games so far. They've made mistakes. They're weak at defending the wings. So they can take advantage of those opportunities and cross it in to those players like Silva and Mir so far. But they have also scored in 5 of 8 games so far in La Liga. And now playing Elche, who is still a newly promoted side and have still conceded in 6 of 8 games. So despite them having a good start, they have also been not a great team defensively, which the only games in which they have kept a clean sheet was against Levante and Oviedo, the other 2 promoted teams who they've already played. So when they've played these actual normal La Liga sides, they've conceded in those games, which is what I like. Nico Williams has been injured and is now back. He got subbed in the Mallorca game. He should be starting in this game. He didn't have to go play for Spain, so he's been getting plenty of rest. And in games he has played so far this season, they've been able to score in all 4 games, which is what I like. Whenever he plays, he's a good factor. He's a good threat on the wing. And in all games overall last season, which they played with him, they were able to score in 76% of games last season. Most of the games in which they weren't able to score were against tough opponents, like the Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Barcelona, stuff like that. But a team like Elche, with Nico Williams back, I expect them to be able to get those opportunities. They haven't been clinical, only converting 25% of shots on target, so they just need to be able to convert their chances. And the opposing keeper for Elche is Iñaki Peña, who has only saved 63.6% of the shots on target that he's faced, and he's known to be a prone player to make mistakes. So Bilbao can take advantage of that. They can take advantage of the matchup, but they've also been leaky, and Elche can take advantage of that as well. They've been in good form, so I can see both teams scoring here, and you're getting this for plus money, and I like the play. So for day 2 of the ladder challenge for +108, I like both teams to score in the Elche and Athletic Bilbao game. I have one more money line play that I found that I like. I got this late for -129. This is in the Italian league in the Serie A, and the first play is Juventus to win or draw away from home, going up against Como. They're undefeated across all competitions. The whole season they have yet to lose a game, and they have drawn 5 straight games now. So they haven't lost, and they have drawn. They haven't been able to win, but they have still not been losing. They have shown to once they take a lead, opposing teams might be able to draw, but they won't be able to come back from that. And even if they go down, they can attack and score as well. They have good history against them. First of all, beating them in both games last season, not just drawing. They beat them in both games last season, and Como were only able to score 1 goal across both of those games. And Como have been leaky so far this season, conceding in 5 of 6 league games, and have conceded in 5 straight. The 1 clean sheet was in the very first game of the season, but since then they've conceded in 5 straight games in the league. And Juventus have a lot of firepower and attacking players that they can look to score. They have Vlahovic, Jonathan David, and Openda, 3 great strikers right there. And they have Conceição and Yildiz, who can score or play make themselves as well. And I just don't see Como outscoring this Juventus side. Juventus can take advantage of those set pieces. They're strong at them, and Como's one of their weaknesses so far have been defending those set pieces. Neither team has been clinical. Juventus converting 28% and Como 25% of shots on target. So who do I trust more between these 2 teams? Juventus. They've shown it so far this season. They showed it last season, so I like this play. Juventus to win or draw going up against Como. And the other play is also in the Serie A, and that's Bologna to win or draw going up against Cagliari. They're a better quality team. First of all, Cagliari have only won 2 games so far this season. One of the games, they won 1-2 with the brace from Belotti, and the other one was a 2-0 win, but took a 6-save man of the match performance from their keeper to stop the opponents from scoring. And Belotti is out for the season and is injured, hence why I mentioned who scored in that game 2-1. Both of the goals came from Belotti, but he's out now, and Bologna have done what pretty much I've expected them to do so far. They do good against these smaller teams, sometimes struggle against the big teams. Hence their 2 losses so far this season have been against AC Milan and Roma, but they were both 1-0, so it was close games. They're undefeated in 3 league games straight now, and in those games, so you can see on the screen, they have scored 2+ goals in each of those. So when they play these smaller teams, they can take advantage of it. I can see them winning this game, but I'm taking this play just to be safe. And so far, Cagliari have averaged the 3rd most shots to opponents. That's something Bologna can take advantage of. Bologna have been clinical, converting 41% of the shots on target that they've taken so far. So that's a really clinical team, playing a team that allows the 3rd most shots. They will find the back of the net. They play possession of the ball, Cagliari don't. They're strong on set pieces. Cagliari weak at defending set pieces. So again, I can see them winning this game, but I'm taking this play just to be safe. On paper, they're just a much better team, and I see them at least getting a point. So I like Cagliari to win or draw. Bologna to win or draw going up against Cagliari. Paired with Juventus to win or draw for -129. Thank you everybody for watching. I'll quickly go over last video's picks. It was a really good day, especially player prop wise. When it comes to Moneyline, I mentioned we hit day 1. Man City came through against Everton. They won 2-0. I said Everton were going to struggle in that game, and that's exactly what happened. And then Arsenal to score first against Fulham. I said Fulham are also a team that's going to struggle to score at all. Both teams, Fulham and Everton, weren't able to score, so that play came through for us. And then we had Betis to score against Villarreal, which came through. They always come through. But then we had Sassuolo to score against Lecce. That game ended 0-0, so unfortunately we did miss that one. And then player pop-wise with my YouTube ones and the added ones, it was, what, a 6-1 day? So close to sweeping the full day. We had Buchanan under 2 shots. He hit. We had De Bruyne over 1.5 shots. He hit. Nusa over 2 shots. He hit. Anthony over 2 shots. He hit as well. Xhaka to get at least 1 shot. He hit as well. And then we had Schmidt to go over 1.5 dribbles. That hit. So we hit all 6 of those plays. We did have Guglielmo Simeone to go under dribble attempts, but he did DMP because he didn't start, so doesn't count for us or against us. And the only miss that we had was Giovanni Simeone to go under 2.5 shots. He got subbed out after around 63 minutes, I believe, but he did get that 3rd shot, so we were so close to sweeping the player props, but it was still a 6-1 day. It was a great day. I had a lot of player props, especially for one day, and usually I don't post this many, but again, I've always told you when I find plays that I like, I will post them. Some days I might not have much, some days I will have a lot. So we had a great day. We've been on a great run these last couple of videos. Club soccer is back, which is what I love. If I'm, like I said before, if I have any added plays, they will be in the pinned comment. Hopefully we can keep this run going. Thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate everybody's support. So I hope y'all have a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.